It's an absolute lie. So this man doesn't just have Trump derangement syndrome. He has I want to be Obama so bad syndrome. So he will say anything and everything and nothing at the same time.
Because make no mistake, what the President of the United States is doing right now is political redlining. And it's not lost to me that I'm the only black governor in this country.
Oh, here we go.
I'm the third elected black governor in the history of this nation.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and their allies in the states that he suggested are doing everything in their power to silence the voices and trying to eliminate black leadership, elected leadership all over this country. So no, I will not sit quiet. And the audacity of those who are telling me to do so shows that they have no understanding of the journey of so many who came before us.
So you see how he's trying to frame this. He's saying that because he is one of the only, or the first, was he first black governor?
I think the third.
Okay, black governor.
He's the only one right now, but
okay. Yeah. That it's due to these maps that he feels are racially divided. Ladies, what are your thoughts on that?
Number one, this is why, again, most of the time when I testify, I always use that black because they like to use it for their way. I want to point out that I'm black too, and we don't all think alike, okay?
Public notices happened in a rushed forum, and there were also late notices and unaccessibility for the public to join at some of the hearings. Number two, Republican representation will be nullified in Maryland. Governor Moore often speaks of fairness and transparency. This bill and these redistricting or gerrymandered maps will do nothing of the sort. As a woman, as a black woman, as a veteran, as a non-Democrat, who will represent my interests? It's quite one thing to be able to choose who I vote for and based on the issues. It's quite another to have the options removed and my constitutional right to have representation by apportionment nullified by people who swore an oath to uphold the Constitution over and above their quest for power, position, and status, or for government allegiance to a governor who wants to increase his national presence on the national playing field. This redistricting gerrymandered map is a travesty. It totally obliterates the rights of Marylanders and me as an American, as a veteran, for the Constitution that I swore to uphold. It does nothing of the sort. Stop playing the games. Stop playing with Maryland voters. Stop playing with our Constitution. You are not there to treat us as serfs and subjects. We are citizens and residents of the state of Maryland and the United States, of which we are taxpayers, homeowners, moms, dads, veterans, teachers, whatever the case may be. This bill, HB 048888, and its redistricting gerrymandered map is nothing short of.
All right, they tried to stop Shelley.
That's number one. Number two, how is a map redistricting in Texas? Why does that affect Maryland? When we already had one Republican to 7 Democrats in Congress representing us. How is that? He makes no sense. He makes me sick. I can't stand that man. Yeah. I can't stand his high. I can't stand with a man with a high ass higher than mine. Number one.
It's very high, ladies. It's very high.
But it's all like it's TDS. I don't know another word to use. It's all TDS.
So in Maryland, of course, this pushback because everybody has Trump derangement syndrome, but especially here in Maryland. So they had an emergency hearing with our wonderful, of course, I don't mean that, Governor Wes Moore. He convinced some politicians actually from my district to sponsor a bill, House Bill 0488. Now, House Bill 488 is an emergency bill because, it's always an emergency to redistrict midterm. For Maryland, we district every 10 years and we look at fair maps. We just barely went through that in 2022 where we had these maps we're adjusting to. Well, right now, they are trying to eliminate the only seat we have out of 8 that belongs to Andy Harris, of course, Republican and, conservative. And He's on the Eastern Shore. So, of course, their gerrymandering knows no bounds. That's why we were there to fight against this midterm gerrymandering. And this is not normal for Maryland. So this is not a response. This is not a response to anything. This is intentional. They don't care about Maryland. They don't care about Maryland's voters. They really just care about Governor Wes Moore running for president. So if you want to be serious, the only reason you knock out the one Republican, and just so you guys know, there are 2 million Democrats in Maryland, but there are 1 million Republicans. So tell me why out of all 8 districts, there's only 1 Republican representative. That's because they intentionally go through and carve out deep blue pocket cities and call it rural, put a stamp on it. That's what they've done.
And if there's about 6 million people or so in Maryland, which means what, Michelle? About 3 million are not a Democrat or Republican.
Yeah, unaffiliated, independent, Green Party, you name it.
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, it's already unfair. And now they're trying to, this is what the Democrats do, make it even more unfair by gerrymandering these districts.
This is gerrymandering gymnastics that I've seen going on. We've had an opportunity to get used to the 2022 maps, which to say that they are fair and they only represent one member in Congress is
Michelle,
absolutely
Ms. Talkington.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure that I have it correct. You've signed up in favor of the bill. Are you
unfavorable?
Are you in favor of this bill?
It's signed up as unfavorable. It should have been unfavorable.
Okay, that was I have to make a correction on the list. Thank you so much. You please go back and continue.
Is it possible for the clock to give the 10 seconds back?
I love that.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm no fool at this.
So I do appreciate everyone that has voted in favor because they've made it clear that this is a national discussion, which I think is unfair. Marylanders deserve to not be used as pawns against states that are 3 to 8 times our size, not just in the demographic, the actual landmass, but in their economy. Marylanders deserve to have Marylanders represent them. You are taking away that opportunity if you allow this current map and this bill 488 to pass. And I will say I agree that our voice should count, our voice should matter. The leaders of Maryland should include the voices of Black conservatives. And you have made a resounding effort to say we do not matter. Our voices do not count. And because I've gotten the 10 seconds extra, it's clear not just to me, but moderate Democrats, independents, farmers, and members of rural America, rural Maryland. We matter. Please vote unfavorably. Thank you.
All right. Excellent job. Michelle, what's your response to what you saw happen there today?
So I thought it was interesting. They interrupted me. And you want to know when they interrupted me? When I made the statement, because they get to introduce the bill, the sponsor of the bill, Delegate C.T. Wilson, who's in my area. And I can tell you some crazy things he said to my face. So some of that, referencing, he doesn't like Candace Owens looking women apparently down here coming on the arms of white men. So there's some serious stuff that we can go back and forth about offhanded comments. But one of the sponsors and co-sponsors of this bill is declared and filing to run in District 5. So when I said that, it is disingenuous that you have the people sponsoring the bill running in the gerrymandered seats. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we said unfavorable, favorable, in favor. There's no in favorable. It's unfavorable or in favor of. So we just laughed at that. I just thought, okay, I see where you're going with that, and hold your ground. This is just a circus anyways.
Absolutely.
It's a show.
But Michelle, this is what I wanted to ask you. You might be able to help me understand this. Why do they even have to know whether we are coming in as favorable or unfavorable from the beginning? Why?
Well, they say so they can even out or balance and prep essentially those that are on the floor in hearing, hey, they have 25, let's say they have 3,000 people that are against something and 20 that are in favor. So what they'll do is they'll put the in favors either first, or they'll put an in favor and then let 10 unfavorable go. So the idea is either have a balance or foreknowledge of, who the players are. To me, I say, yeah, right. Exactly. In the state of Maryland, it's more so that they can have their questions ready. So let's be clear. The people that were actually in the hearing, see, I didn't even know we could go up in person. Everything was shut down until yesterday. and they said you could be in, because remember, everything's closed. They said virtual, and they say, okay, virtual, in person. So I would have been in person, trust and believe, because I like to make them uncomfortable. You know darn good and well I said Black conservative voices matter for a reason, because there was rhetoric before that talked about DEI and how important it is. And yeah, you know what? Diversity is important, diversity of thought. So quit playing around like everybody thinks the same. That's what you want to have in the state of Maryland. You want us all to be Democrats, but we're not. That's over a third of the population in Maryland that's being disenfranchised from this nonsense. Get ready for the lawsuit. And believe me, Maryland, the GOP, we are already lawyered up and ready for what they do with this.
Yeah. And what is your thoughts on what he just said, that point that he's trying to make, that these districts, the current way that its district is somehow negative towards people of color?
Well, first, it's an absolute lie. So this man doesn't just have Trump derangement syndrome. He has I want to be Obama so bad syndrome. So he will say anything and everything and nothing at the same time. And you guys know what I mean. If anybody's ever heard Wes Moore, he runs around in circles and sounds intelligent and tells you absolutely nothing, but he says it with a smile and with authority. This man is foolish. He's not serious about it. These maps are crystal clear. In fact, they are not fair. They actually aren't fair right now, because they carve out heavily dense city populations that affect all of the rural parts of Maryland. Maryland's economy thrives because of our farmland, because of the waterways, right? The Chesapeake Bay, it's a tremendous resource. So why don't we have more representation? So actually fair, they don't care about fair. They never have cared about fair. Fair is to make sure that they eliminate any voice that's in opposition.
Absolutely. If they want to be fair, what they would do, that new map for the Eastern Shore all the way up to Anne Arundel County, if they want to be fair, they would make that more than one district, number one, and have so that, and it probably would go Republican just because of the, the population there. But they don't want that. They don't want to take that chance. So they rather get rid of the only one, and then they want you to believe that this is fair and equal and transparent. It's about a bullshit. I have no respect for those people. I don't. I do not. I don't care if you call me rude, disrespectful, unruly. I have zero respect for them or their titles or whatever. I don't care. They work for us, not the other way around.
Yeah. And one thing that really annoys me is just to watch and listen to Wes Moore speak. He does this thing now. Not only is he bald, not only is his hair short, but he's actually bald. But then he moves like he has hair on his head. So he does this thing. He really gives me Will Smith gay vibes, where because Will Smith has a high booty as well. But he does this thing where as he's he does like this. He's moving hair out of his face.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's just like, you're a man and you have no hair. What are you doing? Okay, so this guy is just really weird. Like you mentioned, he has TDS. They're all obsessed with Trump. And we'll see what happens with this.
Remember that commercial, KJ? I forget the insurance. You might remember. What's in your closet? Let's ask him. What's in your closet? What's in your closet?
Oh yeah, this closet is carrying a big bat, and we know where he's sticking it. Okay. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. Please tell people where they can, anything you want Pete to know, or anything you want to share with the audience, where they can support or where they can find you.
Hey guys, you can visit me at talkington4congress.com. We are restarting all of our social media. Again, Talking Ton is not a very usual name. So if you type in Talking Ton, I'm going to pop up all over the place. But we're going to kick things off. So please support. I think because this is a congressional race, I can get support from anywhere in the nation. And it's all about pushing back, because they think they've won the narrative and they haven't. They don't rule us. They can own every media station that they want to. But the reason we are in this group right now, Pop and Politics, Christian Conservative, you name it, is because they don't rule us. We are pushing back and say, no, we are in charge. So do that in any way you can with local candidates, local podcasts. Keep supporting this program. I love you guys in Pop and Politics, and I love all my friends that I recognize out there in the chat. It was great joining you. Anytime. I'm here anytime.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Michelle.